Well, welcome back again, everyone. As you can see, today I'm wearing my Espinosa shirt, which can only mean one thing. I'm reviewing an Espinosa cigar. This is the new Espinosa Maduro. And let me get a little closer here to the camera. About a month and a half ago, I mentioned in a blog post that Eric was coming out with the Maduro version of his Espinosa cigar. This is it. 5x52 Robusto. This one is anyway. You'll notice it is indeed triple capped. And there is your density. Nice looking dark density there. Feels good in the hand. Weighty. This uses a Mexican Maduro wrapper, and Eric is a little secretive about what he puts in his cigar, so I'm not real sure about the binder and filler, but I'm going to go out on a limb here and say it's Nicaraguan. So let's get right to it. The Espinosa Maduro Robusto 5x52. Alright, here we go. Let's remove this band here at the foot of the cigar that says Maduro. We can see that again later. Alright, now that didn't. There's what we took off. Very little, actually. It's a firm draw, but it's going to work nicely. There we go. Well, your first flavors are a little dark chocolate with a little sweetness and earth, cocoa notes, strangely enough, the pepper at the outset is about a 6. It's not that strong. It's above average, but not that strong. So let's let it come into its own a little bit. Well, ash is already just almost as snow white. You can see it there on the monitor. Anyway, let's let it come into its own and I'll be right back. Well, about an inch in, as you can see. Flavors are about like they were when we started. We've got some sweet cedar, cocoa, dark chocolate, and earth notes. The pepper is still around a 6. The cigar is medium bodied right now, and the finish is one of a lightly sweetened cream with a touch of lingering pepper. So that's where we are. As you can notice the ash color. It's almost a perfect white. So it looks very nice. It's very tight. So that's where we are at the 3/4 to 1 inch point in those other flavors that settle down into. Well, I'm about an inch and a half in, and the cocoa and cedar notes are a little sweeter and showing just the hints of richness. It's a ways to go before I would call it rich, but there's little hints of it. Everything else about the same. The cigar is burning quite evenly. As a matter of fact, the ash, which got to about an inch and a half long, just fell off right before I came back. So as you can see, everything's going along fine there. So that's where we are. The cigar is still what I call medium bodied. Hasn't quite made that jump yet to anything higher. So at 1.5 inches, that's where we are. Now, I really came back just to point out that at this point, with about, we're pretty much at the midpoint. And this is a very slow burning cigar, so you really get your money's worth on a Robusto. This is an hour. I've been going 1 hour and I still have that remaining. So that's quite impressive as far as the amount of time you get out of this cigar. Now the flavors are about the same as they were before. Just that slightest hint of richness, very small amount. But it is an elevated sweetness to that cedar and cocoa. The earth notes are still there, sort of subtle, but they're still around. The dark chocolate notes are still there. Finish is about the same. Pepper intensity is about the same. Everything else about the same. Still what I'd call medium bodied. So with 1 hour under our belt, there we are. Well, we're 1/2 inch past that midpoint that I spoke about earlier, and that those cocoa notes are finally achieving some richness, some significant richness. It's very nice. The cedar is still there, giving it some sweetness, and the dark chocolate is still floating around as the base. The pepper is probably up to about a 7-ish now, and the finish is more of a toasted cream. So from the midpoint on, the cigar has picked up a little bit. So that's where we are, and it is burning slowly. So that will take me another 20 minutes or so probably. I'll be back though to wrap it up. Well, we're down to the end, so let's wrap it up. I gotta say, the cocoa achieving the richness did really impress me and make the cigar much better. The cedar notes were great. The dark chocolate notes were great. This cigar would probably pair well with coffee. Maybe something like a nice sweet bourbon. But at this point, I'm 1 hour and 35 minutes. So it's a nice long Robusto. Cigar ended up medium bodied. I really don't think it's any higher than that in my opinion, but cigar is very good. And Eric's done a good job here with the Maduro version of the Espinosa. The finish remained consistent there at the end. Nothing really bad to say about it. The draw at first was a little firm, but it opened up a little past the midpoint. So that's hit and miss with any cigar. All in all, very good cigar. I'm rating the Espinosa Maduro at 91. Very good cigar, and I appreciate Eric sending it to me to try. Look for those on shelves now. They should have arrived about 3 weeks ago at local shops. So there you have it, the Espinosa Maduro.